Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, tank is tank, man. But at the end of the day,
Let's discuss the ongoing dynamics surrounding the boxing scene, particularly involving Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. Floyd Mayweather, a towering figure in the sport, commands attention wherever his name is mentioned. His protégé, Gervonta Davis, also known as Tank, has been making waves in the boxing world, albeit amidst controversy and rivalry. The relationship between Mayweather and Davis is complex, marked by both mentorship and discord. Recently, tensions have escalated between them, fueled by public sparring and accusations. Davis, a WBA regular lightweight champion, has faced criticism for his choice of opponents, which some perceive as carefully selected to minimize risk rather than maximize challenge. Shakur Stevenson, the current WBC lightweight champion, has been particularly vocal about Davis' approach to matchmaking. Stevenson has accused Davis of avoiding high-risk fights and instead opting for less formidable opponents. This strategic selection, according to Stevenson, undermines Davis' credibility as a champion who should be willing to face all challengers. Stevenson's frustration with Davis came to a head when Davis chose to fight Frank Martin over potentially more challenging opponents. Stevenson questioned this decision, suggesting it was a move to sidestep tougher competition and protect his status. This criticism reflects a broader debate in boxing about balancing risk and reward in pursuit of greatness. In response, Davis has defended his choices, asserting that his career trajectory is carefully planned to ensure longevity and financial success. He dismisses critics like Stevenson, emphasizing that his decisions are based on strategic considerations rather than fear of competition. Davis supporters argue that his approach mirrors that of Mayweather, who famously controlled his career to optimize both his earnings and legacy. Mayweather, a polarizing figure himself, has been at the center of controversies throughout his career. His influence on Davis is undeniable, shaping not only his boxing style, but also his business acumen. However, Mayweather's public persona has also attracted criticism, with some questioning his treatment of proteges like Davis and the impact on their careers. The rift between Mayweather and Davis appears to stem from conflicting views on career management. Mayweather, known for his meticulous planning and self-promotion, expects Davis to follow a similar path. However, Davis' desire for independence and recognition as a fighter in his own right has occasionally clashed with Mayweather's vision. Davis' decision to challenge lesser-known opponents like Martin has drawn scrutiny from within the boxing community. Critics argue that such fights do little to enhance Davis' reputation as a top-tier fighter. They point to potential matchups with more established names like Stevenson as opportunities for Davis to prove himself on a larger stage. Stevenson, for his part, remains steadfast in his pursuit of Davis, viewing him as a litmus test for his own abilities. He sees Davis as a measuring stick for his own career aspirations, believing that a victory over Davis would solidify his status as a force to be reckoned with in the lightweight division. The debate over Davis' choice of opponents reflects broader trends in boxing, where fighters must balance risk and reward in navigating their careers. Davis supporters argue that his cautious approach is justified in a sport where careers can be derailed by a single defeat. They point to Mayweather's own career as proof that strategic matchmaking can lead to sustained success and financial reward. However, critics like Stevenson argue that Davis' reluctance to face top-tier opponents undermines the sport's competitive integrity. They believe that true champions should be willing to face all comers, regardless of the perceived risk. Stevenson's challenge to Davis is not just about a personal rivalry, but also about upholding the principles of boxing as a sport of courage and skill. As the feud between Davis and Stevenson intensifies, the boxing world watches closely. Each fighter represents a different approach to success in the ring, with Davis prioritizing caution and Stevenson advocating for bravery and ambition. Their rivalry encapsulates the timeless struggle between safety and glory in sports, where each decision carries consequences for reputation and legacy. In conclusion, the saga of Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis, and Shakur Stevenson is emblematic of the complexities of modern boxing. Anything noteworthy? Davis opened the discussion by critiquing Stevenson's defensive play, highlighting what he saw as a lack of the agility and dexterity needed to successfully avoid punches. He then asked anyone to show that Stevenson can actually slip punches, despite his apparent deficiencies in this area. To further clarify his assessment, Davis also questioned Stevenson's propensity to withdraw from close-quarters combat. "Show me something that he did," Davis said. "Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me his power, not outrageous his what defense. Are you he got defense? He just jump, you never see him slip, no punch, you never see him slip, no punch." Because Stevenson's offensive actions are monotonous and predictable, opponents can easily anticipate and parry his attacks, Davis claimed, pointing out that Stevenson's offensive talents are lacking in both variety and creativity. When looking at Stevenson's previous games, Davis expressed confidence that fans would find minimal evidence of dynamic offensive schemes. Tank expresses faith in Stevenson's ability as he gets ready for a potential showdown. Renowned for his frank style and unwavering confidence, "Come on, bro." Davis doesn't hesitate to take on Stevenson in the ring. Instead, he is determined to take advantage of what he perceives as weaknesses in Stevenson's strategy, fully confident in his own abilities and tactics to secure a victory. You never see him back up from a lot of people, move around, and show that he lacks technique. His offense is also the same if you look at his more recent fights. "Yes, PR, I touched him with my 6 o'clock gloves on, and he bolted. Imagine if I had hit him. There's another guy here, too. I wasn't the one who scored. I was the one with whom he fought." Though Shakur Stevenson took offense at these comments, he hinted that Davis would learn something shocking from what he wrote, saying, "He's going to be in for a rude awakening come fight night." Their frequent exchanges on social media have developed into a regular show, with Stevenson's vocal desire to fight Davis well known in the boxing community. The question that still remains, though, is whether the much-anticipated clash will ever take place. According to Top Rank's president gives a sneak peek at the possible boxing scene in the future. If Todd predicts that Stevenson and Tank will face off, Todd stated, "I hope so. I think it makes sense. It seems reasonable to me." Additionally, Bob Arum thinks Stevenson can beat Davis, but what's delaying the match? Davis has the final say because the pay-per